What's up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? You're back to the African Fighters podcast, and today we have an exciting one after UFC 271, and I'm sure you guys out there want to hear our opinions and our thoughts about it because there's a bit of some controversy in it. However, before I start, I would like to introduce my special guest today. Today we have a returning guest, which is in the person of King Dems, aka Demola. Demola, welcome to the show. What's up, my brother? Looking smart.
Thank you very much, JB.
Yeah.
I'm very glad to be on the show again. And first, I'm super happy, super excited that my own boy,
Okay.
my Omo Naija, my Omo Yoruba, my Ayabieko.
Omo with your back. Omo with your back.
Yeah, it's my background. I actually got this as a birthday gift last year. I rep Easy. I'm like, that's my favorite. One of my favorite.
All right.
Actually, from the sport athletes all time.
So Okay. Well, I think it's because of the love of Easy. That's how you actually found our channel or our Instagram page, and then it started from the DMs, then to the group chat, and then you go to our group chat like, oh, I know these boys now, and then and then they continue for the anyway, guys. Before you guys say we banter too much, we're going to start the show in 3, 2, 1.
Come on, Africans! Come on, Africans!
Okay, UFC 271 happened last night. Still in our memories, still very fresh in our memories. Our boy Israel Adesanya defended his UFC middleweight title against Robert Whittaker for the second time. Actually, the first time was him winning, unifying the titles, and then this second time is him defending it for his fifth time, and for a record of 21 middleweight wins in his career. So that's something very, very huge. However, these days it seems that every close fight always comes with controversy. A lot of people out there are sticking to there's this popular word in MMA that is calling robbed. They say people get robbed. That is, if a fight
was robbed.
Rob was robbed. Every time a fight is close, somebody must get robbed, basically. And well, this one was pretty close at some points, and the fans out there, some of the fans out there are saying Easy was robbed. Okay, so before I hand the mic over to you, Dems, I'm just going to tell the people how the fight went through my own goggles, how I saw the fight. So I'm just going to list it just briefly round by round. The first round, obviously, Easy took the first round easy because Rob was a bit still in his shell, basically. Or I should say Easy dominated with kind of like the leg kicks, and then he actually got a knockdown, which kind of looks like Rob got tripped, but it was actually a knockdown, counted as a knockdown, so Easy clearly took the first round. So from there, henceforth, Robert switched up. Stopped after he felt he was hurt in his calf. He started defending the legs, and then started fighting behind Tumbosun Oyenu guys in our chat, in our live chat. He just interrupted me with his comment. Anyways, we will get to that, Tumbo. Nice point. So I'm just gonna continue explaining how the fight went. So second round up to the fourth round kind of looked the same. Robert Whittaker was behind his double jab, his double left jab the whole time, trying to get some takedowns. Got some takedowns at some point, but never really used it to cause damage because Easy just got back up immediately. So so that's how the fight went. But when it goes to the judges' scorecard, it was 49-48. No, 48-47, 48-47, and then 49-46. So that is one judge gave Easy 4 rounds, and the other judge gave Easy 3 rounds. The other two judges gave Easy 3 rounds. My question for you, Demola, because I've been rambling the whole time. How did you score the fight? How many rounds did Easy get, and how many rounds did Whittaker get? Did you think Whittaker was robbed? How did you score the fight?
Okay, thank you very much. So I don't know if you recollect I was actually posting while the fight was live. I am that judge that gave the fight 4 rounds to one, 4 rounds to easy. In my own opinion, in my honest opinion, I know that I might be biased because Easy is my homeboy, but I strongly and objectively reckon that Easy took the first 4 rounds and then Rob won the next one.
Okay, so you actually do think that Easy actually won 4 rounds and Rob took one. So would you say Rob took the last round, the fifth round, or what round?
Exactly, exactly. On my scorecard, on my scorecards, you, everyone can even check it on my Twitter account. I was tweeting right while the fight was live, and I was scoring the fight round by round. So to the fourth round, I had it 36 easy, and then in the last round, clearly,
Okay.
what's his name? Whittaker took that round.
Okay, so
Then it was
I'm gonna tell.
49. Yeah, 49, 46, yes.
All right, so I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you what I think. What the process of me watching that fight. What happened basically is yeah. Shout out to Assist Master in the live chat. I see you said Rob definitely won the fifth round. Everybody know. Everybody agrees to that. Anyways, when it
opinion.
well, okay. I'm just gonna talk about my how I watched the fight. So I watched the fight. So there's this thing I learned recently, yeah. Because whenever you're watching a fight and you listen to the commentary, whatever the commentary is saying would make you judge the fight according to what them Bisping were talking about and all of that. So I muted the commentary. Because after the first round, I heard them saying, "Oh, Robert needs to do more. Easy definitely took that round." Then I muted the commentary. Then I watched 3, 4, 5. Sorry, 2, 3, 4. And in those 2, 3, 4, I actually thought that Easy took the fourth one, right? And then, sorry, I meant Rob. I thought Rob took the fourth one. Then in the fifth round, I put on the commentary back, and then I was hearing the commentary saying he has to take this round. And that meant that my judgment basically was I kind of thought that Roberts won 2 rounds, heading into the fifth round. So I felt like it was going 2-2 into the fifth round because I wasn't using the commentary. So in the fifth round, obviously, Whittaker took it. So when they were announcing the winner, I was in my head, I was like, shit. I think
super scared.
I was like, shit, Whittaker might have won this one because I was not listening to the commentary, remember. So after the whole fight, and then I went back and then I watched and I listened with commentary as well. And yeah, I see how Easy won with the 3 rounds. So yes, I agree with the 48-47. I agree Easy actually did win it. I think most people that argue that Easy won it are mostly people that I wouldn't say hate Easy. I would say fans of Rob, basically. So fans of Rob kind of felt like Rob was robbed. But just piggyback on that, I'm just gonna read what Tumbo Soon here in the live chat said. He said I had it 4-1 Easy, but thought about the fourth round being in favor of Rob, so 3-2. Yeah, so yeah, 3-2 me as well after I rewatched the fight. So I asked you before this stream, I asked you to tell me 5 things that we learned from this fight. Can you please tell me 5 things we learned from this fight?
Okay, 5 things we learned from the fight. So number one, we actually realized that both fighters have improved significantly from the first fight in 2019. It was clear cut that was actually visible to the blind and audible to the deaf. There was significant improvement from 2019. And number 2, Easy and Whittaker are clearly levels above the top 15 weights in the UFC. And this makes me think that Uncle Dana should meet up with the division, by probably signing exciting prospects from other promotions, because it's more like a Messi and Ronaldo situation. This Easy and clearly. So number three thing is fight, being cool, calm, and collected. So keeping your emotions under check will always help you fight a smart fight as a fighter. So this goes out to young and new fighters. Keeping your emotions under check will actually help you fight a smart fight. Number 4 is we have come to the realization that Izzy is more well-rounded than we actually think he is. And he can overcome severe adversity in all aspects of the MMA game. An example is, I think, was that in the fifth round, how he survived the rear naked choke, the standing rear naked choke attempt. Recollect, that was how Oliveira finished Poirier.
Mm-hmm.
It takes, we saw how calm and collected Izzy was to come out of that standing rear naked choke.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't a fluke, and it wasn't an easy transition.
Mm-hmm.
I was very, very scared at that point. But big kudos to Izzy. Big kudos to Izzy. He actually did well with surviving that attempt.
Mm-hmm.
Think about they're 185ers, right? Think about a 185-pound backpack on your back. It's actually not funny. And then number 5 thing is Izzy loves, rather Izzy lives up to his words. He walks the talk. He talks the talk, and then he walks the talk. So he just said leading up to the fight that if you bring the fight to me, I will fight. And this makes me draw a conclusion, or would I say it has brought me to an MMA theory stating that when it comes to Israel Adesanya, his performance is directly proportional to the level of competition that his opponents bring to the game. So I'm going to take that again. Israel Adesanya's performance is directly proportional to the level of competition that his opponent brings to the game. So we saw this in the Romero fight. Romero came scared of Izzy, and then he
I think
in the first round.
I think Romero in that fight was more scared of his cardio than Izzy, so he didn't wanted to do too many activities. But I get your point.
He did not bring the fight. We saw what happened in the Costa fight. We saw what happened in the fight with Kelvin Gastelum.
Yeah.
So basically, that's easy for you. So these are the two things we learned from. He learned personally from.
Yeah, shout out to Tumbosu. Tumbosu is saying he's making a remark against the rear naked choke you were talking about, the backpack you were talking about. He said I was laughing at the point Izzy walked to the fence with rub on his back. The new line of backpacks is called Whittaker. Two people are agreeing with you. So yes, I agree with you as well. The thing I agree the most about is the fact that in that middleweight division, it's, as you said, Messi and Ronaldo. It's like Izzy and Whittaker. Now they fought twice. I don't see a trilogy coming because UFC barely do that. A trilogy is warranted if one wins one and the other wins the other. If A wins B and B wins A. So that's when a trilogy happens. But now, I kind of see now, Izzy now would have to take the Kamaru Usman route. That is relapping, you understand? Fighting twice. Okay, yeah. Even the Vittori fight, yeah. Good point, assist master. So, Izzy now would have to be fighting, taking second fights now. But it's very clear now that the next contender is Cannonier. Cannonier made his claim. Yeah, he made his claim to Dana White. Dana White agreed. Izzy once said Izzy has been calling for Cannonier fight long, even before Whittaker beat Cannonier back in the days. So I believe that
he wanted to bless him with the title shot.
Yeah. So I believe that's the next fight we would see, and I think Izzy would win that one, as everybody thinks he would. But we will talk about that prediction the next time. So when that fight is announced, basically. But yeah, so talking about Izzy now, that is like that the African fighting fans, that was something that we were happy about. So the other African on the card, unfortunately, had his first loss in his debut fight. I'm putting the graphics now on the screen, and it's not really a beautiful graphics to see. So Blood Diamond Blood Diamond lost his first UFC fight, and he also had his first MMA loss. If you watch the fight, there were some things that happened that you barely see. So the fight starts. That's Jeremiah Wells versus Blood Diamond. That was the second fight on the prelims. Yeah. So the ref rang the bell, or whoever, the ring timekeeper, whoever rings the bell, and then Jeremiah Wells started running like somebody's chasing him in the side of the cage until he tripped. And when he tripped, then I don't know if it's inexperience or what, but Blood Diamond just rushed him, and
running on him.
Yeah, when he ran in on him, there was a clinch, and then the grappling, and then they got to the ground, and then Jeremiah took his back, and then he choked him out. He didn't even get a chance to tap out. He choked him out. So it looks like we did not get the chance to see Blood Diamond on the legs, on his foot, basically striking. I think if we had seen that, I believe fans would have seen exciting things from that guy, because of his striking has always been praised coming from CKB. Every guy from CKB talks about how unorthodox and unpredictable his strikes and his combos are. So we didn't get to see that. However, we look forward to seeing him coming back. But to your opinion, why did you think he lost that fight? What did you think happened? And also in the comment section, guys, if you guys have seen Tumbosun and Assist Master, if you guys have seen that Blood Diamond fight, what do you guys think? Why did he lose that fight? But I'll first go to the person talking to me here, Demola. Demola, why did you think Blood Diamond lost that fight?
Okay, so truth be told, there are actually a combination of factors that could actually have caused that. So to start with, I think coming from CKB, being hyped by Easy, these are things that could get into the head of an individual. So probably he was overwhelmed by the hype. Not everybody does well under the bright lights. So number one thing is, I think he was probably overwhelmed by the hype. And number two is, he might just have had a bad day at the office. Unfortunately, on your debut, having a bad day office, it's actually not funny. And I wish you were actually live on the Clubhouse pod, the UFC live on podcast on Clubhouse. He was actually being trolled repeatedly. And the funny thing was, I actually had my money on Blood Diamond, so it was actually even more painful because I put my money where my mouth is. So combination of factors, basically, everybody in the MMA community are actually backing you. It's kind of you being the underdog. Mind you, he was the underdog in that fight. He wasn't a betting favorite, but you being an underdog and being hyped can have unwanted consequences.
Yeah.
So we could take it from the emotional standpoint.
All right,
and
Demola, sorry, hold that thought. Let me just go to the live chat. Speaking about Blood Diamond, we have Assist Master. The Blood Diamond fight was hard for me to watch. Tumbosun, damn, I didn't see it. That hits, but he will learn. Assist Master, I felt so bad. Hurts, I mean, and the fight was kind of boring, so I don't think they will go for a trilogy. Okay, Grand Swing is still talking about Easy's fight, and Assist Master say I just knew that Jeremiah's wrestling would be too much. UFC should have given him an easier fight. Honestly, I kind of agree with Assist Master here. I think that Jeremiah Wells has his experience in MMA. When you even look at the record, it's way above.
That was
Blood
the
Diamond.
point I was actually delving into.
Okay, dive, my brother, dive.
So if you look at Blood Diamond's record, he was undefeated, 3 fights, 3-0, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you're giving him somebody who is 11-3. Come on, you're actually putting this guy in the deep waters right on his debut, and it is what he came up short. So hopefully we would expect a better matchup for him next time. So basically, the hype might have gotten to him, he might have had a bad day, and then he's actually highly inexperienced in MMA. He's actually
Well, for
inexperienced in
someone
MMA. So he is a
that
veteran.
has, so Blood Diamond has over 100 kickboxing fights. He's like the first guy.
Boxing is different from
Yeah,
MMA.
yeah, I know.
It's
I'm
way,
talking
way
about
different.
I'm talking about competition. So his experience when it comes to that. But however, the grappling, the most grappling he's done is in sparring, basically. So
I want to give him kudos. Actually, he actually survived in that fight. His takedown defense is actually not so bad.
yeah, but you can
Let's
see
give him that
there was a difference of power. Like Jeremiah Wells looked way stronger, and he also looked in the clinch. He looked stronger in physically with your eyes too. You would see that Jeremiah Wells looked stronger, and also the experience too. So before the fight, the little documentary that they do, they say that, Jeremiah Wells was a striker, but well, he showed out in it. So let me just take a peep at our live chat to see what them boys are talking about. Yeah, the assist master is two different sports. Yeah. So from this topic,
Exactly.
yeah, yeah. So from this topic,
But I put something to you. I strongly believe that we would have seen something different if he had actually made it into the second round.
yeah. Well, I think we would have seen something different if he hadn't rushed Jeremiah Wells like that. If he was patient enough to stand and bang, right? Because his takedown defense looks like a takedown defense that would be good for somebody that would be stuffing when the fighter level changes. Like he would stuff those ones easily with the way he was evade. But the thing is, he was already up against the cage. He was already on the ground, and then this guy was stronger than him. So there was all of that, and also it was the first fight that Eugene was cornering. The second fight Eugene was cornering was Uberg. Uberg fought and he got a few knockdowns, and Eugene was telling him, don't engage, stay on your feet, on your foot basically. So I feel like Eugene were probably like still in shock of like the first fight where my boy here rushed into somebody that he thought was injured, or basically he thought he there was an opening for him. So I think if he was a bit more patient and decided to not rush in like that and stand and bang, he probably would have been a different fight. We'll probably be having a different conversation. And speaking about
But we never knew.
yeah, speaking about Blood Diamond, we did actually release a video, 6 facts about Blood Diamond, that we thought in our heads, we were thinking Blood Diamond would do a spectacular performance, and then people will go looking for him, and then the algorithm will shoot our video. But anyways, people were still watching. If you haven't, you should watch it as 6 facts about Blood Diamond. He's a very interesting character. And
So somebody said that Blood Diamond is going to end up as a trivia question for Black History Month.
God, please no. No. Okay. I think that's enough UFC 271. I'm afraid we would not talk about the other fights. Well, this is the African fighters. So the next thing we will talk about is well, we're going to talk about Khamzat Chimaev. So Khamzat Chimaev now has been trolling 2 of our Nigerian champions. He after the Stylebender fight, he said, "Easy money for me, 0 wrestling, 1 round, I'm gonna kill him." He's talking about Stylebender easy. So last time he trolled the fighter was Kamaru Usman, saying Kamaru is running away from the division, I kill him too. At that time, we made a video and we were kind of like blasting him because we thought he was disrespectful. But now that I've realized that he's just trolling, and he's actually doing a good job, because whenever he tweets now, all the major MMA promotion, MMA media, they pick his tweets up and put it up, because as you can see, MMA Junkie, like the graphic here in front of me. So Chimaev is kind of like a clout goat right now. So I'm just going to throw this to you. What do you think about Chimaev's chances against Israel Adesanya? And in the comment section, guys, what do you think about Chimaev and Adesanya?
Okay, so when it comes to Chimaev versus Adesanya, I do not think Chimaev stands any chance. Honestly, I Honestly, I'm trying to think about 1,000,001 ways in which Chimaev would actually stand a chance against Adesanya. So bear in mind, Chimaev is actually better at welterweight. So he actually juggles or fluctuates between welterweight and middleweight.
Mm-hmm.
I put it to you. Adesanya is too high of a competitor to be addressing Chimaev. Then he go fight someone like what's his name? What's the guy who talks a lot?
Kevin Holland.
Yeah, Kevin Holland.
Well,
So
Kevin
maybe start
Holland,
from
Kevin
there.
Holland has like the most easiest takedown defense or the most softest takedown defense you would ever see. Where, because literally every time they go for a takedown, he just accepts the takedown. So I think that's a very good matchup for him. But what you did not mention is the fact that Chimaev struggles to make welterweights. That means that he's naturally a middleweight. Because if you see, there was a time they did a freestyle fighting. Freestyle wrestling, Jack Hermanson versus Chimaev. Chimaev actually looked huge, bigger than Hermanson. Hermanson is like a bona fide middleweight, right? And he ragdolled him. Dude, that guy, when it comes to grappling, I don't underestimate him. But the thing is, when it comes to the elite, easy, man. Easy takedown defense is very good, right? And the thing is, before you actually get to him, he's going to pick you apart. But I've heard that Khamzat Chimaev was a kickboxer before a wrestler, so apparently his striking is good too. So there's the assist master. The assist master here is saying Khamzat is really getting on my nerves. Of course, we are African fans, and he's going for Kamaru Usman and he's going for Kamaru Usman and Easy Adesanya. So yeah, he gets on our nerves too. But what point were you going to make, Demola?
I said, I was going to say, trust me, when it comes to a matchup between Khamzat Chimaev and Kamaru Usman, I am actually very scared.
Why?
Of Kamaru Usman.
Why?
Because I know objectively that Khamzat Chimaev has a very, very good chance against Kamaru Usman. But then when it comes to Easy, come on, that's my guy. That's the best in the world.
But technically, I disagree with you, Demola. I disagree with you. I think
Easy is well-rounded. He is well-rounded. I will sound this bell.
The disrespect, like Stephen A. Like Stephen A. will say, the blasphemy. What you just said, yeah. See, the gods of MMA are angry. You're talking about the pound for pound number one fighter in the world, Kamaru Usman. You're talking about the guy that was a wrestler and now he's a deadly knockout artist. You're talking about a Division 2 wrestler.
Kamaru Usman, I said he stands a chance against Kamaru Usman.
Oh God,
he
no.
Just can't affect him.
I disagree.
Let's not be biased. Let us not be biased. You know, this is a middleweight fighting against a welterweight. Here.
Yeah.
So,
well, I disagree with you. The comment section is getting interesting. Assist Master says that he might have an edge against Easy, which I think he has a chance with Easy more than Kamaru Usman because of the wrestling base. And Assist Master also said he has Assist Master doubled down and said he has an edge on both of them. And then KOB here is saying let him see how he goes against the top 5 contenders before taking on the champions in middleweight and welterweight. That's KOB, which I agree. I believe you agree as well. We haven't seen him. The person he fought was Li Jianyang. I'm just going to finish reading this. And then the next one is Tumbosun Oyenuga. He says, yep, but he said he wanted to focus on welterweight. So stay focused on especially when didn't that Easy opportunity. Okay, let's see. Tumbosun, I know if you read this, you know. Then Grand Swing said on the African Fighters channel, no less exactly. So hi. Oh, by the way. Anyways, what point were you gonna make, Demola? I'm sorry before I cut you off.
Okay. I was actually saying that he stands quite a chance against Kamaru Usman, right?
Mm-hmm.
But that is because of the size advantage, not because of the skill discrepancy.
Mm-hmm. Dude,
Khamzat
have you
Chimaev
seen
has decided to fight over-
Kamaru Usman with the welterweights? Kamaru Usman is a big ass welterweight. He's a huge ass welterweight. I bet you his walk around weight, the weight he walk around is a light heavyweight. Probably. I bet you he's probably 205. Come on. See, dude.
We'll see. But
Nobody
exactly,
nobody
I was about to make a point, right?
Nobody, listen, yeah?
I said-
Listen. Nobody ragdolls a wrestler, right? Nobody ragdolls a wrestler. The thing is, wrestlers, they get old and their hands will probably go and their chin will go. But that wrestling, it will stay. You understand what I mean? But anyways, it's your opinion and that's my opinion. It's your opinion.
Are you telling me that you do not see a situation in which Chimaev would have a physical advantage over Usman? Remember, Usman is not a natural striker. Khamzat Chimaev used to be into kickboxing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then he also has some wrestling and grappling credential. He's a good grappler. So this guy has a chance, not an edge, a chance. Please mark my words. Very much a chance.
Okay.
Not an edge against Kamaru Usman. But then I am saying that let's Chimaev fight someone like Gilbert Burns. I thought that fight was in the works.
It hasn't been official yet. It hasn't been official yet. He is if he let me just read this. He wouldn't wrestle Kamaru, which is a good point by assist. He is if he wanted to go to light heavyweights to fight Yan. Yeah, Kamaru Usman is huge. That's what I'm saying. And then Khamzat is a big middleweight. Grand Swing here says Khamzat is a big middleweight. To be honest, he made the Joker look small in the grappling match. Exactly what I told you when he fought Hermanson. When he had a grappling bout with Hermanson, and Assist Master said he would strike Kamaru Usman. He would strike Kamaru and outbox him. Huh? No, guys, honestly, I don't. Okay, you know what? As KOB stated, let's see him fight top contenders. Yes, let's see, because we haven't really seen his striking right on the foot. We've only seen grappling. Most of the time is smash, straight out of Smash Factory, bro. So that's so that's the only thing we see. So at least with Gilbert Burns, he would pull him to go out. And me, I kind of feel like his gas tank is not all that. I think his cardio is not all that. That's my own opinion, but we've not seen it, Sha. So, but then we will get to know that.
Not seeing his cardio being tested.
Yeah, so we would see, honestly. We would see how it would go. So I'm just going to leave this. And before I leave this, I'm just going to state the facts that we have known today. You, Demola, you think that Khamzat Chimaev has a better chance against Kamaru Usman than Easy. Fine. And I think that, no, that's blasphemy what you just said, yeah? I think Khamzat Chimaev has no chance with Kamaru Usman. So that's my take. And
time will tell.
And Assist Master is sticking to he would outbox Kamaru Usman. I don't believe you, Assist Master. Kamaru Usman, the way he mixes that grappling, bro. Anyways, that's enough. I think we'll continue going too much with this. And what's the next topic we have here, guys? Before we call it tweets. It's this one. So this is a topic that our producer Farouk put in here, and he forces us to discuss about this. This is about UFC Africa, guys. So, and still, Three Kings. As you can see, the graphics here is sponsored by Combat Sports, our boy Mayowa, who is not here. So, Three Kings. Francis Ngannou tweeted, "Let's go, my brother. Hashtag UFC 263 Stylebender." And then we still have 3 African champions, and we still haven't had UFC Africa. So, the thing is, this is not me, this is Farouk, our producer, asking me to tell Dana White that we want UFC Africa this year, and we want our African champions to defend the title on African soil. Yagi, sorry, I'm too used to speaking to Yagi. Demola, what's your take about UFC Africa? When do you see UFC Africa happening? And do you actually think UFC, they actually do care about putting an African card, or they are just yarning dust?
Okay, so last year in one of the press conferences, Dana White clearly stated it that he wanted to do a UFC card in Africa sometime in 2022.
Mm-hmm.
But you would agree with me when you listen to Dana White in recent time, even when he's asked questions about places and Europe, places in the US,
Mm-hmm.
even in Oceania, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's always saying, "I don't know. We'll see about that." Because there are actually a lot of logistics constraints when it comes to organizing these events in various places. No thanks to the COVID-19 pandemic that has actually ravaged the world. So if if all other things were being equal, actually, we would have actually seen that commitment towards hosting card a fight night in
Mm-hmm.
or probably a pay-per-view event in Africa. But to be honest, I do not see that happening this year any longer. I probably see that happening in 2023 because there is actually a plan in motion already, I believe,
Okay.
from the UFC.
Okay. Demola, hold that for. We have two African Americans here. I think KOB and Grand Swing. Yes, indeed. Obviously, it cannot be filled with just African fighters. Literally, Kamaru Usman is American. He's African American as well. He just happens to be born in Nigeria. So we have Sadiq Yusuf too. Sadiq Yusuf is Nigerian. He was born in Nigeria, but he's African American. There is Rafion Stotts. There is Shilobo. There are a few African fighters that were actually born in Africa, but they are African Americans, and we have love for our African American brothers as well. Because in our show we actually had Dewey Cooper, and we spoke to length about the heritage Africa and all of that, and representing and all of that. So yeah, UFC Africa would definitely have loads of. If you would ask me who I would want. The fight I would want to be on that card, let's say maybe an African champion is defending his title, right? Honestly, what I wanted badly was Kamaru Usman defending against Colby Covington the second fight in Nigeria. Dude,
that would actually be a sellout.
Dude, you know that Colby Covington in Brazil, that time that he went, it's like Brazil is a filthy dump and all of that. Dude. If that guy tries that in Nigeria, yo. And imagine, imagine the crowd reaction for Kamaru Usman. Because Kamaru Usman now, his legacy, pound for pound number one of the greatest welterweights ever, one of the greatest UFC fighters ever. What he does not have is him walking into an arena and the whole crowd unanimously cheer for him. He's always getting boos, right? He's always getting.
He doesn't have that star power that easy.
Listen. I give you an example. When GSP, what made GSP a star was the back-to-back cards that UFC were doing in Canada for him, and that guy GSP was worshipped in Canada. You see that unanimous globe, everybody in the arena like cheer that feel that you are a star. I give you an example. GSP in Canada. What's this guy's name? Khabib Nurmagomedov in Abu Dhabi, right? Darren Till in Liverpool. Darren Till in Liverpool.
There's Aldo in Brazil.
Yeah. Wait, Darren Till in Liverpool. When they start singing Sweet Carolina, remember the time that they took Conor McGregor back to Ireland when the whole place went bananas. Even down under here in Australia and New Zealand, when they do the cards there, you see those moments make these guys become like take the next step into like immortality when it comes to like the greats of UFC. So that I feel like Kamaru Usman does not have that yet. He does not have that moment that he was. I think if UFC Africa is not a thing before he retires, I think he probably should do one of those Abu Dhabi cards with fans in there because of his name Usman. Him being a Muslim, they'll probably cheer him and we would see, oh yeah, Kamaru Usman is a global star now. You get me? So I think that's what he doesn't have. But sadly enough, my opinion, the UFC has been talking about UFC Africa. recently in this previous press conference that just happened last night, I think that guy from MMA Junkie was kind of pushing the UFC Africa agenda to Dana, and Dana was just covering the question. Covering the question, and he ended up with saying, I just spoke to a politician from Bahamas and they want us to go to Bahamas. I'm like, dude, what does that have to do with UFC Africa? Can you just give us something that we can go with? And yeah, I think Kamaru Usman will probably retire before UFC Africa. The only...
Maybe not. Mind you, you can see that Kamaru Usman is actually coming home a lot in recent time, and then he has been having a lot of stakeholder meetings. He's met with a couple of governors, and I think he's met with representatives of the presidency. So something definitely is in motion. Okay. So he himself, he knows this thing, right? And then if he can get the government buy-in.
Okay. Demola, hold that thought. I'll get back to you. Let me just revisit our live chat here. In Kobe ain't coming to the Grand Swing said Kobe ain't coming to the motherland. When I suggested Kobe and Kamaru Usman in Lagos, the assist master said he'll get mobbed. Lol, Kobe in Nigeria, nah, he would declare himself king of Africa in the build-up. Dude, the build-up would be crazy if it actually did happen. And then Kobe can fight here except he breaks his character. Yeah, he would have to take the antics a bit down. And Grand Swig said, knowing the UFC, they will probably put Americans versus Africans, the whole card, Francis Ngannou versus Jones as the headliner. So, I think, remember Ali, Muhammad Ali in Zaire? I think that was Ali Boumaye, Ali versus...
Rumble in the Jungle.
I forgot who he fought. Anyways, that fight was huge because of the people headlining the card. That is Ali. There was a huge story coming out that Ali cannot beat. Keep on forgetting who this guy is. There was a big thing about Ali cannot beat that guy. Ali was the underdog coming into that fight, and Ali did rope-a-dope to win. Anyways, what I'm saying is the story has to be there, right? The headliner, the fighter, is very important to make it grand. And when we're talking about technicalities and logistics, I think they should be... Yeah, thank you very much, Grand Swing. It's George Foreman, Ali and Foreman. So I think the only way we can see UFC Africa, I kind of agree, Ngannou should headline the card because of his story, of him traveling out of the continent the way he did. It's very popular. For him coming back to African soil and defending that title on African soil, that's a beautiful story. But then the thing is, it's not an arena event. It has to be like a stadium event, right? Just like Rumble in the Jungle, because it was a stadium in Zaire at that time, but now it's called Congo, the Democratic Republic of Congo. And as at that time, the Congo had a president that was like, what's the name of presidents that don't want to leave their title? What do they call them? I'm sorry, guys, I'm forgetting.
Tyrant?
Not it.
Tyrant or dictator?
Yeah, one of those words. I'm sorry, guys. English is not my first language. So that president was sort of like that, and there was a bit of controversy. So he had a lot of money. So he did that show that Rumble in the Jungle, to show the rest of the world that, hey, people are saying I'm bad, but I'm not bad. Look, Congo is striving, or I should say at the time Zaire is striving. So there was a lot of political things going on in the background for that to happen. So that was why that fight happened. The president actually paid for the fight to happen. So now, UFC is a business. They will not come and do a charity work for Africa unless they are making money out of it. So it's either they are making money, right? They would actually make money, or a government, just like Abu Dhabi are doing. They are doing come to Abu Dhabi tourism. That's why they are partnering with UFC, and they spend more money than UFC do. So unless there's an African government that is willing to spend money to do a showcase like that, put the show in a stadium, sponsor the whole thing, to get somebody like Francis Ngannou with a beautiful story. And as Grand Swing said, Francis Ngannou versus Jones will be mad, man. It will be crazy. Anyways,
massive.
And I'm sorry. I feel like I've been talking too much more than you. You've been twice now. I've interrupted you. You did not finish your point. I apologize about that. You can talk now if you haven't forgotten. I'm sorry about that.
Okay, exactly. One of the things I was saying was something you talked about. Government buy-in. So I think Cameroon is currently working on having the Nigerian government buy-in to be able to host a UFC event in Nigeria. So let's hope and pray that he's actually successful in his lobbying with the Nigerian government, and hopefully we'll see a UFC event between 2022 and 2023. But for me, if you ask me for a prediction, I strongly feel we'll see it in 2023.
Yeah, and you talking about it coming to Nigeria, honestly.
Sorry to interrupt you. Remember, Nigerian elections are coming up in 2023, so Nigerian government will want to impress everybody.
Well, the thing is, I honestly think if UFC, because they say they've already started talking, I actually think they're speaking to South Africa. You know why? Because South Africa, they have some UFC fighters, Dricus du Plessis. Actually, it happens to be only Dricus right now because JP Bice is not fighting anymore, and forgot who the other guy is, has moved to PFL. Anyways, so South Africa, they own the network that have the broadcasting rights to UFC, which is Super Sport. Everything is down there in South Africa. They have arenas. So UFC, I think, can easily do a fight night in a 10,000 capacity arena, right? Not a pay-per-view. But when we are talking
UFC.
Yeah. So when we are talking about a pay-per-view, bro, I think it has to be in one of the black African countries that it will be done in like a stadium in a black African country, that when the camera pans into the crowd, they would actually see black faces. You understand? Not like no, it's not like I'm being biased or I'm trying to push away, trying to be like some type of person that I'm not. Not like if it's done in Morocco, for example, because MMA is popular in Morocco, there'll be Arabs there, which should sort of be like the same as being doing it in the Middle East. You get me? So somewhere in Black Africa, and I think Nigeria should be the place. But me and you coming from Nigeria, we understand the logistics of that, right? We understand of how impossible it can be unless the government says we want to actually host you guys.
Yeah.
You understand? Yeah. So
exactly.
I hope that happened. But before we continue,
let's hope we pray.
Yes, I'm just gonna go back to the comment section. KOB said, did you guys catch the reporter that asked Easy who dresses the best between him, Francis, and Kamaru? They want them to fight, compete each other so badly. Yeah, I did see that actually. And he says, the reporter was like, so you Easy, you're kind of like in a competition of dressing with Kamaru Usman and Ngannou. And he was like, nah, first of all, it's not competition. He kind of shut it out down. And he was like, it's not competition. It's just that it's they dress fly, they they wear the shikis and all of that. So he kind of pushed the narrative away of the reporter saying it's a competition. He said it wasn't. KOB was talking about the dictators here. Assist Master say, yeah, it should be in South Africa, plus the UFC and EFC link. Exactly. You were talking about the EFC as well. So there is actually a promotion in South Africa called the EFC, which actually do a very good job when it comes to the production. Their setups, they have everything set up there beautifully. It could easily pass as a UFC event. So yeah, that could work. And also, as I was mentioning, the what is it called? The Super Sport, the broadcasters of UFC in Africa, Super Sport are there. So UFC would not have to carry their vans and their cameras down there. So I think I've taken enough of your time, and it's been fun having you guys, man, in the comment section, from KOB to Assist Master to Grand Swing. I'm missing one person. I think he has left. Tumbosun Oyenuga. Thank you so much for you guys sticking with us. It was nice chatting with you guys. Demola, thank you as well for staying and chatting with us. And yeah. Guys, make sure you like, subscribe, do all the good things for us. And yeah, we out. African Fighters.
Come on, Africans!